So I did a story that went up earlier today about Trump basically tweeting this video of his supporters at the Villages, which is like this retirement home complex, and there's a bunch of old people just going at it. One side are Trumpers rallying, the other side is a bunch of people saying, screw Trump and he sucks and all that kind of stuff. So his press secretary, Kayleigh McEnany, uh, had to defend what it is that he did. So he went on Fox and Friends. I want you guys to check out this clip.
The president tweeted out that tweet yesterday and took it down. If you played it, it was a guy saying white supremacy. It was another woman, or white,
white power.
White power. And then the woman was yelling obscenities because she doesn't like the president at some of the guys that were in the parade down at the Villages. What's the president's response? Did he know what he was tweeting did he accidentally tweet that?
So the president did not hear that phrase in that portion of the video, and when it was signaled to him that this was in there, he took that tweet down. But he made very clear to me that he stands with the people of the Villages, our great seniors, men and women in the Villages who support this president. He stands for them, and his point in tweeting out that video was to stand with his supporters, who are oftentimes demonized. So he didn't hear that portion. He took it down, but he does stand with the men and women of the Villages.
So I guess for the Trump campaign, I guess they're in between a rock and a hard place because they don't want to come off as like overt sort of like white supremacists, but then they also don't want to alienate their supporters, which they want their vote from. So as you see there, it's a lie. That video, then I did confirm this. The video that he tweeted was actually the one where within the first 10 seconds, that is muttered. It's not like it comes in 60 seconds deep or 75 seconds deep. No, it's within the first 10 seconds. You literally can't miss it. He literally says white power within the first 10 seconds. There's no way that he missed it. He heard it for sure. But then to say that, he stands with the supporters in the Villages. He's trying to ignite his base here. And I don't think it's going to work this time. I really don't. And honestly, these moves are being more and more overt. And they're not even really offering condemnations of that language. They're not saying oh yeah, he condemns that kind of language, he doesn't support that. Because it's you're trying to appease your deepest supporters, your strongest supporters. You want to keep them going. You kind of want to do a little dog whistling of oh yeah, I don't like, this isn't really a dog whistle, but just saying that, oh, I don't like this. I didn't hear this, without even saying that, oh, I didn't like this. They don't say, there's no strict condemnation by Trump or anything like that. He just says, oh, I didn't hear it. So he doesn't want to seem overtly, white supremacist, but then he still wants their votes. So that's why he's in between a rock and a hard place. But I don't see this panning out. This kind of shit is going to click for people here, especially for black voters in 2016 who felt like, man, Hillary's garbage. She doesn't offer me shit. I think that getting Trump out now with all this stuff, George Floyd and his response, we already know about the Roni, and then also in addition to all of that, we're now talking about, this, which is capping off on the George Floyd situation, obviously. It's a big deal, and I think it's going to fuck Trump in the ass pretty bad, honestly. I really do believe that. I think it's going to get more independents to go towards Biden's direction, and I think it's going to make a lot of people who are not as enthused for Hillary Clinton to come out and vote. I think they'll probably come out and vote in 2020 because they're looking at Trump and they're like, we need to get this guy out because he's so incompetent and doing such crazy shit. And he's trying to juggle, okay, how do I try to get double haters to not go into Joe Biden's direction, but also I need to energize my base. So you can't really do both, and so he's leaning more in the direction of let me energize my base. I don't think it's going to work this time. I really don't. Now, I could be wrong. It's possible he still wins. But I do find it to be a bit unlikely. I really do. And I think Kayleigh McEnany was a pretty terrible hire, honestly. I'm not really sure why she was even hired. I don't really know what she offers. She seems to be pretty incompetent as well. These defenses just seem to be kind of hilariously bad.